This presentation is a community analysis of Clearwater, Florida by Aletha Johnson. Clearwater is positioned on the west coast of Central Florida. This beautiful city borders the Gulf of Mexico and is just 20 miles from Tampa. Clearwater is a popular spring break destination that is known for its white sandy beaches. However, this was not always the case. Clearwater was a place that was full of the clearest springs around. In fact, Clearwater got its name from Pocatupog, a word that derived from a Native American Indian tribe, the Tomahawkans. During the Seminole Indian Wars of 1835, Clearwater's Fort Harrison was built. The Seminole War Fort was a place that injured soldiers could come and seek refuge and heal from the battle that surrounded them. The fort was named after the 9th U.S. President, William Henry Harrison. After the fort was left abandoned in 1841, settlers began to move into the area. Early settlers called it Clearwater Harbor, by which it was known until 1895 when Clearwater became one word. One of these settlers was James Stevens. He was known as the father of Clearwater. Mr. Stevens was awarded the first property in the area, which included the Fort Harrison and hundreds of acres surrounding the fort. Much of this is now known as downtown Clearwater. Shortly after the land was awarded to various settlers, life began to thrive in the area. In 1850, the first school was built, followed by the post office in 1859. In 1873, the first newspaper was developed. The new and developing community remained Clearwater Harbor until 1906, when the harbor was dropped from the name, thus leaving today's name of Clearwater. Today, Clearwater is known over the world for its beach and semi-tropical climate. With its great location, Clearwater is only a 20-minute drive to Tampa International Airport and located centrally to the cities of Tampa and St. Petersburg. Tourism is a major moneymaker, with more than 1 million annual visitors enjoying the beach, boating, fishing, fine dining, and luxury hotels. Clearwater is expanding and becoming more than just a beach town. The city is becoming a growing business market. These new businesses are in areas of finance, information technology, software, insurance, marine science, and medical technology and manufacturing. Some fun things to do in the area aside from soaking up the sun at the beach include famous attractions like Ruth Eckerd Hall, Bright House Field, visiting the Capitol Theater, taking a private cruise, visiting the Winter Dolphin at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium, and playing miniature golf. For the shoppers out there, there's 2 malls, Westfield Countryside Mall and Clearwater Mall. When the day is done, everyone can sit and enjoy a nice meal at any of our local restaurants, including Frenchies and Rumba's, or any national chain restaurant like Red Lobster, VJ's Brewhouse, or P.F. Chang's. Clearwater has a large quantity of apartments, condos, single-family homes, multifamily homes, and mobile home parks. These structures are meeting the needs of residents of the city, with many new structures being built annually. Residential land accounts for approximately 57% of the usable land in the area. 52% of that land is made up of single-family homes and duplexes. The remaining 48% are multifamily households. As of 2015, there are approximately 48,169 households in the area. Average household size is 2.19 people. Median household income, $41,999. There are 60,597 housing units. 43.4% of these are owner-occupied and 36.1% are renter-occupied. Clearwater has several types of schools in the area. There are several preschools in the area to choose from. They take private pay and ELC. ELC, otherwise known as Early Learning Coalition, is focused on early learning and education. The ELC program provides child care scholarships, VPK, Florida's free voluntary pre-kindergarten program for 4-year-olds, training and technical assistance for child care providers, developmental vision and hearing screenings, resource and referral information for families looking for child care at no cost to the parents. There are 8 elementary schools, 1 middle school, 2 high schools, and 4 colleges in the area. There are 5 libraries located in the city. Each library branch is a member of the Pinellas Public Library Cooperative. The main focus of the PPLC is to provide and coordinate activities and funding for the Pinellas County Library branches. Each member library is responsible for providing public access to information, materials, and programs for the improvement of individuals and communities. Some of the community and recreation centers in the city include the YMCA, Along Center, Countryside Recreation Center, North Greenwood Recreation Center, Ross Norton Recreation Center. Clearwater is home to Pinellas County African American History and the Plum House History Museums. There are roughly 113,003 people living in the city of Clearwater. Of those community members, the largest group of residents are over the age of 65. 79.8% of the population are Caucasian descent, and believe it or not, there are more women living in Clearwater than men at 51.7% of the population. 27.9% of people living in the city have bachelor's degrees or higher. Chlamydia is one of the most common sexually transmitted diseases. Chlamydia can infect men and women and can cause serious permanent damage to a woman's reproductive organs. Gonorrhea is a sexually transmitted disease caused by bacteria. This affects women and men. This too is a very common type of STD. Salmonellosis is an infection with bacteria called Salmonella. This is one major form of an enteric disease. Most people that are infected display symptoms of diarrhea, fever, abdominal cramps that can appear 12 to 72 hours after the infection. HIV/AIDS is a commonly known virus that is spread through body fluids and has the ability to attack the body's immune system. This attack to the immune system makes it very difficult for the body to fight off infections and other diseases. The STD often goes undetected for a while and is often found in late stages after it has become the AIDS virus. Clearwater is home to several parks, recreation centers, and Clearwater Beach. The many different parks in the area provide a broad range of activities. Some parks are just for our fluffy friends, while other parks have equipment that can be used by adults and children as well. Many of these parks have nature trails, play areas, sitting areas, and exercise areas. The area aquatic centers and pools are often open to the public, but there is a cost for use for these facilities. Discounts may be available to any resident of Clearwater who has a recreation card. Clearwater Beach is relatively accessible to all residents of the city. The beach is often recognized for events including Spring Break, Ford Ironman World Championship, Outback Bowl festivities, and Sunset at Pier 60 festivals. These events help draw thousands of visitors each year to the city. The city is serviced by 8 fire stations that are strategically located throughout the city. The Special Forces departments are located at Station 45. The Special Forces include the Marine Unit Dive Boat and the SWAT Unit. The Technical Resource Response Units are located at Stations 48 and 51. Clearwater has its own police department that services the entire city of Clearwater. However, the city is also serviced by Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Both of these law enforcement units have responded to many different calls at various times of the day and night and work hard to keep our city safe. While doing my windshield survey, I noted some areas of concern for the city. The areas are not true for the entire city, but certain neglected parts. There are several streets and neighborhoods with poor lighting. These streets often have few street lights and are primarily lit by reflection of lights from inside people's homes. Many of these streets and neighborhoods and even the primary roadways have issues that include uneven and or narrowing of roadways, too few crosswalks near major roadways. These are all pose safety issues to the community as residents have to proceed with caution. Morton Plain Hospital and the main hospital servicing Clearwater residents. Some of these services that provided in the hospital are bariatric weight management, behavioral health, heart and vascular services, and maternity services. Bayside Urgent Care, Largo Medical Center, ER, and Baycare Urgent Care are facilities where an individual can seek treatment for non-life-threatening illnesses and injuries. Obesity is a major problem for the city, and choosing these objectives were the most fitting. However, all of these objectives are problematic for every city and town. Eating and physical activity patterns that are focused on consuming fewer calories, make informed food choices, and being physically active can help people attain and maintain a healthy weight, reducing their risk of chronic disease and promote overall health. George Kritakis is the mayor and is elected by the citizens of Clearwater. He is elected to a 4-year term and he holds the first seat in the city council. Doreen Caudell holds seat 2, Bob Cundiff seat 3, Bill Johnson seat 4, and Hoyt Hamilton seat 5. All of these city council members are elected at large and serve 4-year terms. Bill Horn is the city's manager and Jill Silverboard is the assistant city manager. They are appointed by the board. The assistant city manager, along with the city manager, supervises the city's primary operations departments. With the recent passing of Tropical Storm Hermine, sewer systems have been reaching their capacities and are bursting and spilling over into Tampa Bay and other surrounding areas. This is causing the community to be on high alert and take extra precautions with drinking water. Drinking contaminated water can have severe and harmful effects on the community. Homelessness is an issue that affects everyone. The city of Clearwater works with many agencies in the community to address the main causes of homelessness. The city has developed and have formed a homeless committee that consists of directors and staff who frequently address the needs and impact of the homeless. The Zika virus is an illness that infects humans when they are bitten by an infected mosquito. There has only been one reported case in Pinellas County, but it puts everyone on high alert. The virus has no major symptoms and is detectable by a simple blood or urine test. Due to recent storms that have hit the area, our community is facing dangers with polluted water and city drainage systems not functioning properly. This puts the community at risk for developing sickness to many and possibly all of its residents.